Hello, and welcome to another Raggy's video. So this is a proper tour of the Kelham site, so I'll flip you back round because it's better that I do the talking on this side of the camera. So this woodland here, it needs a mow now, but it was just waist height, and the trees were down to the floor, and the trees do need lifting again this year, but as you can see, it's coming, it looks a lot better. And same here, planted in front of that sign, bloody cars. And all this was dug out, the turf was dug out and planted. And we do need some rain, mind you, but it's looking nice, it really is, it's really coming along. Same this side, I mean, we're on the A617 in Kelham, and yeah, it's noisy. And again, there's dahlias in here, there's verbenas, there's these, I forget the name of, and yeah, I can't remember them all. And the same this side as well. So when you look, now that the daisies have come out over there, it really stands out. And yeah, a bit better than our neighbours. But anyway, same with this side. Really what we need is weather. Round all the tree bases, I put bases around because they used to mow all the way up and strim round, and it looks tatty anyway. That grass is ready to be mowed. This was mowed today, that wasn't. Didn't really want to mow really, but the grass is getting long. I put verbenas. This is a new bed I made last winter, 250 foot long, with verbenas and fuchsias, forsythia, and in time it'll grow up to about 7 or 8 feet high, and then I'll nobble it, but it will create just a wall, absolute wall of summer colour, and it will be amazing. You know, everything's got to start somewhere. These are all only a few months into the ground, literally about 4 or 5 months I think. So as you can see, they're already a couple of feet high, so next year is when I'll really see the good side of this, the upside. At the moment they're all a bit small, but they're growing, which is the good thing. The odd flower on some of them. So yeah, here we go. So this area here, you can see pumpkins growing. I've had to water them because the weather's so hot at the moment. They'll spread and we'll get pumpkins or butternut or whatever they are. This is a kitchen garden area with the likes of tomatoes and peppers, basil, more tomatoes, there's kale in there, leeks in here, there's the odd weed obviously, thyme in here, parsley in there, more parsley, chives, more tomatoes. And this was just a wasted area, so to have, and obviously all the wood is from pallets acquired, you know, that were chucked out and reused. Same here, spinach, peppers, tomatoes, leeks across here. We've even got lavenders and poppies even. I'm using the poppies for seeds. The celery growing in there, rosemary, parsley. Right, so, and obviously first time there's ever been hanging baskets in the 10 years that they've been here. Them 2 beds, I put them planters in, you know, just to enhance the colour. This is new as well, more planting around here, you know, anything just to bump the colour up. Penstemons here and here, verbena down here. These new beds that I put in, this year they've got ferns, Canterbury bells and Verbena bonariensis in. So they'll come up and give good colour. Across here, that I think it's Syrinchium, the Latin name. But these have all been planted by me. It was, you imagine these and this, not here, no hanging baskets. It was pretty bland, to be fair. But it's not now. In this area, antirrhinums planted. Up against the hedge, the yew hedge, which needs a cut actually. More daisies across there, daisies over there, daisies over there, what I've put in. And obviously I've still got to do the uptake, I've still got to do the hedge cutting, the mowing, weeding, and you know, shaping of the bushes. There's always plenty to do. Put daisies in across there as well, so that'll give a lovely white wall over there. I can't remember the name, Michaelmas daisies this side and that side. I put verbena up against there. I'll take you around here. So a lot of this planting was already here, so I can't claim anything for that. That was already paid, done by the boss years ago. So across here, this is another bed that I put in. Rhubarb, strawberries, and rhubarb, raspberries, lemon balm. Ooh. And again, there's mint there as well. Obviously it's very dry. We really do need some rain. There's broad beans in here, potatoes in here, obviously poppies, there's dill growing. There's probably other bits and bobs as well, to be fair. But it's like I say, we need the rain now. But yeah, that was another bed that I put in. That wasn't there. Put it in to, you know, to just have more beds and more ability to grow stuff. And this hedge, that hedge was just a ridiculous height. I've got it down now to 6 foot. And in front, I put these Michaelmas daisies in with verbena mixed through them. So at some stage you'll get a pinky purple colour scheme. The woodland, I battled the woodland down, and this year is the first year out the, well, it's the third year I've been here now, even though I've only actually not even been here 2 yet. Put here a fuchsia and forsythia hedgeways to just make it nice, to give a break from this area. This is our tip area. But as you can see, I'm starting to put a kitchen garden in. And again, using pallets, using compost. There's leeks, there's tomatoes, there's potatoes, there's pumpkins, there's butternut, rosemary. And even in the soil, I've put stuff. This year's a tester year. In future years, it's only going to get more beds and it's going to get better. Although I may have to thin out the trees at some stage. But yeah. And as you can see, lots. There's always a project, and I love a project. It's what makes gardening interesting. Cutting grass is probably, doing edges are the most boring things. Obviously, it has to be done. So this was a bed I dug out last winter. Dug out the grass, planted it with plants, and these have matured quite well. These were the first lot, and then I gave it a month or two to put the second lot in, and they're struggling a bit because we hadn't had no rain. And obviously, if you're on a meter with water, it's not so easy to get water, and the fact that the hose pipe wasn't long enough. And I've just started to green mulch it. I need to finish off actually, scruffy there, but you can see where the green mulching. So when it rains, it goes in through the grass into the soil, but the sun and the wind don't dry it up. It's a great way of keeping moisture in, which is critical in this. So that's one of the new beds I put in. You can see it frames the woodland. So here's the other bed I put in, and this frames against the paddock. I actually don't touch the paddock. That's mowed by somebody else. But in here you can see the daisies are flowering. You can see the lavender there is flowering. They've all grown from seed. Dahlias are in, heucheras are in, pollies are in. Pollies are suffering a bit in this heat, to be fair. But as you can see, that's a stunning length of border, and it's only ever going to get a lot better, and it encapsulates that bed down there. And obviously there's the wedding venue, Kelham Country Manor Hotel, with the outdoor wedding area. Perfect day today actually for a wedding, if there was one. So this is the woodland. Now the woodland, it was full of brambles, nettles, and now I've created a woodland walkway. So this is just a way for people to walk through and walk back out, and yeah, just enjoy the woodland. In time, going to get plant and sow wildflower seeds in here, loads of poppies. Keep the bloody brambles down, because we don't want brambles in here, and nettles, we don't want them. But anything else, I'm pretty fair game for anything else. The trees, I've put a load of horse chestnut trees in, scattered over that side, this side, And you do get some good wildlife in here, you know, rabbits, reindeer, herons and all sorts of other things. Now where this goes towards the seat, there's a pond there. When I first come here, you could only get as far as this fence line here. I didn't even know there was a pond over there, couldn't see it. Battered it all down. Obviously it's growing back, you know. I've still got some stuff to cut back again, but where that tree there and where that tree there, this I'm going to put a hedge all the way across, apart from the walkways. And basically this is going to be a secret garden where you can come down and escape. There'll be there'll be fuchsias, all sorts of different flowers in here. And I'm not going to go too much, you know. It's still going to retain its woodland aspect, but it's going to be more colourful. And certainly no brambles or nettles and stuff. And where these trees have grown up, chop the trees back down to waist height, create a barrier, stop kids going in there. And as you can see, I mean, this was separated from the main bloody riverway, and I've dug it all out twice actually. And yeah, and then you've got the untouched woodland over there. So and that's basically, I mean, we'll walk back towards the thing. That's basically Kelham. Very different to my other site. Different type of work. Obviously this is the next project. I've done a fair few projects over there. This will be a project I can do. And yeah, I mean, I might even put like a veg garden in here, because I think that the wildlife takes care of the slugs and that, you know, frogs and everything else. So I reckon I could get away with putting pumpkins and stuff in here, and then letting nature eat them. You know, just let nature have its way, really. But kind of feed nature in a strange fashion. As long as they don't eat me fuchsias. But, and that's it. So that's the tour around. Picture quality is better on this phone than my normal mobile phone, which is why I'm using it. And now you can see what I do, you know, some of the stuff I do. I mean, obviously at some stage this has all got to be trimmed down, but what I'm doing first, I'm going to let the leaves fall, then I'm going to trim and let the leaves rot in the ground. Last year I'd had it all down. It was low all year round last year. The only problem with that is when they all dropped the leaves blew back onto the grass all the time. It was a swine. So this year, no, I'm not having it. Trying my best not to let that happen. But yeah, I planted about 120 horse chestnut trees in there. You can just see a few of them popping up. They'll give, obviously for future years, they'll give that next line of trees to grow up, and that's it. So, still so much to do. Obviously it's a big wide space, and you won't want to lose that big wide space. But to put the flowers around the edges, it just encapsulates it and gives colour and interest. And my daughter's getting married here next year as well, so she chose here over the other site. And she says, I want colour. Oh, the colour's coming, yeah. Depending on what time of the year you come, obviously. But even these are starting to colour up now. And in future years, like I said, they'll only be thicker, and it'll be an impregnable line of plants. And that's it. Cheers all.